Welcome. Today I'm going to demonstrate how to perform a 1 to 2 dilution test. This test is essentially measuring 1 part substrate to 2 parts distilled water. This test will help you determine the initial substrate pH of your pre-mixed or self-formulated substrate. So you'll need a couple materials to perform this procedure. The first thing you'll need is a representative sample of your substrate. This sample should be free-flowing, as seen here. You will also need some distilled water. Step 1 of this procedure is to measure out 4 ounces of the substrate, as seen here. Personally, I like to use 3 samples, so then I can determine an average initial pH. Step 2 will be to dilute the 4 ounces of substrate with 8 ounces of distilled water. Once you have measured out the water, like I said earlier, you will dilute your substrate sample. You will want to give it a quick stir. And allow the sample to sit for 30 minutes to an hour before measuring. Welcome back. Now that we have allowed our samples to stand for 30 minutes to an hour, it's now time to measure the initial pH of the substrate. For this part of the test, you're going to need a calibrated pH meter, as seen here. So for this part of the test, we're essentially going to take the electrode, give the sample a quick swirl, let it stand, and then we'll have our pH. So this sample is measuring a pH of 6.6. Now personally, when I move from one sample to another, I like to rinse the electrode off with another sample of distilled water. After the electrode has been cleaned, I will now measure sample 2. Sample 2 pH is measuring 6.5. Another quick rinse, and then we'll measure sample 3. And sample 3 has a pH of 6.6. When we average these 3 samples together, we have an average pH of 6.5. With this, I hope I have given you the tools to determine the initial pH of your substrate using the 1 to 2 dilution test. Thank you.